This is what the town of Worthington looked like from the air this morning. Now you can see the path the tornado took as it moved through the community yesterday. Wreckage from what used to be buildings strewn all over. At the bottom of the screen is the path. The tornado seemed to follow a creek that winds through the town for a while, but then it moved slightly to the north, just missing that church. Altogether, the tornado destroyed about 15 homes and at least 2 businesses in Worthington and damaged many others.
That was, of course, TV9's Bruce Owney reporting on those aerial shots from the Worthington area community in western Dubuque County. March 13th, 1990 was a memorable day for many folks in eastern Iowa as a tornado outbreak took place. This tornado that we'll zoom in here and see the track of it started in far northeastern Lynn County, tracked across portions of Jones and Delaware County before ending near the Worthington area. Along its path, it caused F3 to F4 damage. But miraculously, no injuries or deaths, but it did cause damage to dozens of homes, businesses, and farmsteads. TV9's Terry Bulger reported at the time on what he saw as people cleaned up.
Today's sunlight shows what last night's darkness hid. Massive destruction in this small town. Parts of city blocks reduced to rubble, and people committed to spending perhaps the rest of March cleaning up.
Like the old blocks that were broken, might as well throw them on the track to get rid of them. Tin, anything that's junkable. Otherwise, you just got to move it again.
Now, much of the damage was limited to the west side of Worthington. The tornado clipped that side of town, moved down and sideswiped buildings on Main Street, and just kept right on going. Most of the people in town survived by listening to warnings and getting into the basement.
Well, I looked out the garage up there, and I looked down here, and I seen the black stuff swirling, and then I headed for the basement, and then you just heard things bopping and banging off the walls. And we come up, and I come around the corner, and I looked down the street, and I seen my house was gone, and I took off running, and my son met me halfway up the steps here, and he said everybody was all right. So
I think everybody's pulling together really well today. We're limited here a little bit with the power and the lights going in. They won't let us work out around the buildings, but yeah, we'll pull back together.
That is basically what everyone in town was doing today, trying to pull together. There you see a basketball net about 2 feet off the ground. It used to be on a garage. The whole garage is down. Everybody out in the streets today in Worthington pitching in to try to get the town cleaned up. It is going to be a cleanup effort that is certainly going to take some time. The damage estimate at this point, about $1.5 million, and that is an estimate that is sure to go up, probably a very conservative estimate at this point.
Now, here's the headline from the Gazette the day after the storm twister rips through area. Wasn't the only one either, but this particular one was on the ground for about half an hour. Now, fortunately, the folks in Worthington did have plenty of warning. It did unfortunately cost millions in the dollars of damage. It was the strongest of 14 total tornadoes that took place in Iowa that day. 2 other F3 and F2s each. Ankeny in particular was hard hit in central Iowa that day, and it was part of a larger tornado outbreak. 64 total reported across the United States, including 2 F4s, 1 in Worthington, and 2 F5s. So certainly one that would go down in the record books as one of the larger ones in memory.